Okay guys, we're gonna do a solo run of a dungeon. We're gonna do the second dungeon, Hell Raised. I'm basically overgeared for that dungeon, but we're gonna do for the fun of it and because it's a fun dungeon. And while I'm going through the dungeon, I'm gonna just simply explain certain mechanics of certain bosses, which I'm not gonna have a problem with, but when you're doing Elite 1 or higher dungeons, depending of the gear of your teammates, you're gonna have to do those mechanics correctly, or there's gonna be a wipe for sure. So I'm gonna do this solo. Like I said, I'm overgeared for that dungeon, so it shouldn't be a problem. I already used all of my dungeon keys for today, so I'm not gonna even open the chests, which basically the items that drop on story mode are not even basically worth opening the chests anymore, even only if you wanna like upgrade your gear or something. Just clean out the mobs.
Sweet deliverance, you have come. Help us. Please deliver us from our enemies. Time is running out. Wicca is here.
There are also, in this dungeon, there are some kind of pillars on the ground which do periodic AoE damage, which you have to avoid. These are the pillars. These ones.
Beware this.
Yeah, that's the AoE.
Your life. Your sweet, virginal life. It is fuel to them.
Just, it's not really difficult, just don't stand in the purple AoE area. Not really difficult to do. So this is our first kind of boss. Just wait until this goes away. This boss doesn't really do any kind of special mechanics. You just have to be aware of where you are, considering the AoE of the pillars, because it's basically a circled area which is filled with these pillars, and the boss does damage, and that's basically it. You don't have to worry about anything else. Okay, the first boss was pretty freaking easy. Okay, this is the area of the second boss. You'll be fighting him on this narrow path. Basically, he does an AoE, which if you don't know what to do, you have to stand in right next to him, because the AoE will not damage you if you're right near the boss when he starts to do it. The second mechanic, that's like the only mechanic of this boss you have to be aware of when running Elite and 1 and higher dungeons. The second mechanic is not the boss mechanic, but the area mechanic. The fire will start to erupt from the start of the dungeon, and you simply have to tank the boss upwards, because the fire will periodically start here and then go upwards like there. Okay, this is the AoE. Just stand here. It can't hurt you. the AoE again. Okay, pretty easy. I mean, everything here is gonna be pretty easy in this video because, like I said, I'm overgeared for the dungeon. But when you're running elite level of this dungeon, you're gonna have 5 players, and it's not really gonna be a problem either. Maybe the last boss of this dungeon is the problem. Okay, this is the problematic first boss of the dungeon, because he does an AoE fire damage. Okay, this is the AoE, simply avoid it. Oh shit, this gonna fucking kill me. You see, even if with my gear the fire will kill you. It's not the boss that's the problem, it's the area you're fighting him in. The fire, that is. Okay, not a problem. We'll just do it the second time. You see, the boss itself does no damage whatsoever. Oh shit. Yeah, fuck you. Okay. So the boss is not the problem, it's the area you're fighting in. Like I said, just avoid the fucking fires. Yeah, the problem is, at certain point, the fires are gonna be everywhere. So you don't really have an area to go to avoid the fire. That's basically the problem with this area. But this is just a solo run, so okay, this boss is kinda easier. It's like basically like the last boss. There's gonna be this, but these go all the way to the end, then they come back on the same side, then it kinda goes on the other side. So basically it's really easy to see and avoid. And the boss, there is an area damage fire, but it starts here, it kind of spreads towards the end, so just tank the boss all the way to the other side and you'll be fine.
They loathe all Wicca has done, and you also.
You see the fire that starts spreading, it's pretty freaking slow, so no worries about there. Just right at the start of the fight you tank the boss. And that's it.
Once, all was perfect. Like you. But it was left to rot in the vile glass house of its planters. So cruel.
You can fight the mobs or you can just avoid them. It's not like they're difficult to kill, it's just why. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, fuck it. Okay, this boss is really easy. Does kind of one mechanic AoE, which is like easy to avoid. There will be a part where you just stand in the middle. Same like the second boss. Okay, now she drops a shield and just kill the mobs. You have to kill all of them. I really don't know what happens if they reach her. Let's see. I don't know, I guess they heal her or something. You know, it's not wipe if they reach her, but you know. And kill her some more. Now the same mechanic. This is the last time the mobs will spawn, but ignore them, just continue damaging the boss. And that's it. That's basically a mechanic. Well, this is like the easiest boss of this dungeon. Now where do I have to go? Here. I think it's there, yeah. Now the last boss of this dungeon will have a mechanic which is really easy to figure out. He'll have a shield which will make him invulnerable. The only thing you have to do is kite him to the kind of eruption in the ground. Okay, this is the area. He also does two kind of AoEs. He does like 3 circles in the ground which follow you or any other player that you're in a group with, and basically you're dead if kind of the circle reaches you or you're like 1 second in the circle. So basically just avoid the red circles that move on the ground. The second AoE he does is more circles, but he kind of teleports or goes to the middle. I don't know which. I think he kind of walks to the
Your
middle.
world is bleeding. Bleeding anima. This war machine is its vampire.
Okay,
Protected by the portal's power.
okay, shut up, please.
Separate them. Kill it. Be our savior. Be our savior.
Okay, I will. So this is kind of the eruption in the ground. We just tank him to this so we lose his shield so you can start damaging him. The first AoE I told you, the red circles, just avoid them. The second AoE he goes to the middle and starts to project from himself to kind of an outer path. Circles AoE, but they're still. When he does that, simply walk to the edge of the map, and there is a certain range where he will stop spawning the circles. So let's do this. Okay, lost his shield. Okay, he got his shield back, so the eruption will not spawn on the same place every time. Okay, these are the red circles. As you can see, they follow you. Okay, got his shield back again. Kite him to the eruption. Okay, this is his second AoE. Just run on the edge of the map. And that's it. Got his shield back. See, the circles are like really slow. You can just not be in it by walking backwards. Okay, so same thing, avoid the AoE. And that's it. Now the cutscene I won't do because you can watch it yourself. And the boss seemed to drop something, which is so cool. It's probably shit. Oh, museum level epic. That's so nice. Thank you, demon. And that's it. That's probably the only, like, altogether there are like, I don't know, 5 mechanics total from all the bosses that you need to be aware of, which is pretty easy, even if you're like level, I don't know, 40 and you're doing with 3 people. You just need a healer. That's basically it. You can do the whole boss. Only this one is the problem because of the AoE shit.